holidays just ended, and now it's time to start planning for Valentine's Day. And no better way to do that is go to a show, bring a date, have some fun. I want to welcome Annie McCary with the African American Heritage Club, president there, and Gary Stevens from the Delphonics. Thank you for joining us. Gary, we're going to get to you in just a second, but first, Annie, you guys just did a MLK event, and it was a pretty great partnership you had with the Theater Guild. Tell us a little bit about how that went.
Well, it went very well. We partnered with them to do more of a reading of poetry by some of the African Americans of years past, where there was poetry reading from Maya Angelou, from Dr. King, from Langston Hughes, just a whole bunch of an array of poetry reading in honor of coming up to celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King's Day.
And now we're going to celebrate Valentine's Day. A slight change of gears here, but Gary Stevens, welcome to the program, the Delphonics. Now you're not an original member, but you performed with some of the originals, right? And you worked with some of the original members of the Delphonics. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. There were really four Delphonics: William Hart, Wilbur Hart, Major Harris, and Randy Kane. And Randy Kane and Wilbur Hart left the group, and then they established a new Delphonic group with me as a lead vocalist. I'm honored, by the way, to do that. I've had the time of my life. I love entertaining more than anything else in the world, and we get a chance to bring back love memories to couples and to bring a different kind of memory to single women. So I'm excited to be here and to perform for you guys on February 10th.
Now, Annie's coming up on the 10th of February, ahead of Valentine's Day. What made you guys say, hey, the Delphonics, how did this all come together?
Well, it was actually a group decision and a group idea. One of our board members actually said, hey, I know a member of the Delphonics, and they actually live here in the village. How about if we reach out to them to see if they would do a concert for us? Since February is Black History Month, it's Valentine's Day, and we just decided that it would be a great way to just bring the two together. So we reached out to Gary and Maurice, which you'll meet later, and they said yes. And so now we're in the process of promoting the Delphonics Review.
Here, tell us about some of the hit songs that people would be familiar with when they hear them from the Delphonics.
I want to say the biggest four hits would be La La Means I Love You, Didn't I Blow Your Mind This Time, Hey Love, and When You Get Right Down to It. With the biggest seller of records was Didn't I Blow Your Mind This Time, but the most popular song is La La Means I Love You, which everybody knows is very easy to sing, and everybody understands about the one thing that we sing about, love.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a great time for it. Now, Valentine's Day isn't always the best day for some folks that are kind of alone. So what do you guys do in the show to make maybe some folks feel a little bit like, okay, I'm not so alone, or get down there in the audience? You have a lot of participation, interaction?
A lot of participation. And I'm going to say, first, can I just speak to the couples for a second?
Sure.
If you're a couple and you've been married over 10 years, you don't want to miss this show. We're going to do something very special. We're going to remind the husbands of what wives are being treated like or what they're supposed to be treated like. And then when it comes to the single women, I promise you that the three of us are going to engage them in everything that we do. I'm going to come off the stage and grab some single women and maybe a couple of couples and sing to them and
grab them
empower
appropriately.
I'll make sure I'm appropriate. But I enjoy that people become a part of our show. We still give the show, we still sing all the songs, but I like to engage the audience because the one thing that we all know, everybody knows something about, is the word love, and that's all we sing about. Is a love story, and we're going to be giving that in music, and we have an 8-piece band, and we're going to be dressed for success, and it's going to be a great evening.
Okay, let's bring Maurice in here real quick, one of our residents of Laguna Woods Village and a member of the Delphonics, which is kind of pretty cool that hey, we just happen to have a member living in the area. Come on in, Maurice. And I wanted to say hello to Maurice. And Maurice, when they came to you and said, hey, I think we'd like to have you guys maybe perform, your instantly was just absolutely a yes?
Instantly, yes. Of course we will. We love people, we love performing, love singing. And as Gary mentioned, we love the women, of course, respectfully.
How long have you lived in the village?
5 years.
Okay. Do people come up and do people know you're in the Delphonics? I mean, is it kind of one of those say, hey, what do you do for a living? No, Annie, you came to these guys and said, hey, let's do this performance. And what was your expectation up front? Were you think, okay, did you know how these guys are?
Absolutely. Well, I grew up with the music, so I knew about the music, and I've seen concerts on TV recordings, and I just thought, this is amazing. We absolutely have to do this.
Yeah, and I tell you, I on KEarth 101 was one of the channels I loved to listen when I was younger, and I was like one of these kids who like the oldies and want to hear it. But the Delphonics, I mean, tell you, that's some fantastic music.
Very timeless,
wonderful.
absolutely.
And you guys perform a lot here and there, off and on. What's
Here and there, off and on. We were back east in Connecticut. We're going to be going to Pennsylvania here very shortly. I want to just share something with you that's very important. When I was 15 years old, the original group came out. And when I heard William Hart sing for the first time, I said, that's what I want to do. And I told one of my classmates, one day I'm going to be a Delphonic. And he was holding his stomach laughing.
Really?
Because he didn't believe it. He said, why do you think that you would become a Delphonic when this group just came out with one of the biggest hits at that time?
Yeah.
And I said, well, my father was a pastor, and I've been singing since I was 4 years old. I can play the piano a little bit, the guitar a little bit, but most importantly, I can sing and I can dance. So what I think has come to the group that's a little bit different, our dancing ability is, I am a choreographic guy, and Maurice is a unbelievable dancer, and I think we bring the harmonic experience to the audience, and we let them know why they are listening to a certain song that brings back a certain memory. So.
And Maurice, when did you join, and how did you get involved in the first place?
Reputation. I had a reputation playing locally around. He needed another member to replace a member that had left. And I got the call. Now, the funny thing about it, he was looking for someone that was 6 feet tall. Well, I'm only 5'8".
Well, he's willing to make an exception.
Now, he called me up. I went to meet with him, and we spoke. And I got together, we sang a little bit, and he showed me a few steps. Wow, this is kind of the choreography, so I did that. He go, wow, you picked up pretty quick. So we had a show coming up. And he said, hey, Maurice, have you told people about the show? I said, no. He said, why? I said, you didn't tell me I was in the group.
This is the longest audition ever.
He said, well, no, you're in the group. He said, yeah, you're in the group. I said, so tell people. I said, okay, I'm in the group. So that's how we met. Everything worked out. The jail, I said, well, what about the height? He goes, oh, I'm not even missing that. So I'm like, okay, cool. So that's how, we got together. So it's been about 3 years now, the length of time.
Terrific. And you're supposed to be retired, though, right? You're supposed to be enjoying the retired life here in Laguna Woods Village.
This is the retired
Not
life.
if you enjoy performing. People that enjoy performing, they enjoy it to the maximum level. Look, I turned 70 in December. December of last year, I turned 70, and I think that I am better now than I was when I was 50. I can dance better. God has blessed me to take care of myself and to exercise and to do some vocal stuff every single day of the week. So we are very blessed. I was honored and blessed to have him. Our other guy, his name is David, and we put on a show. So what I'm going to promise the audience is if you come to our show, you will not stop watching us because we have all kind of, I went to a choreographic school in Philadelphia, and we are totally moving and doing things that will empower the audience.
Well, you got more energy than I do. I'm 56. I hope I'm doing that well when I'm 70. Annie, tell us a little bit more about the show coming up. Where can people get tickets and all that fun stuff?
The show is coming up on Saturday, February 10th at 7 o'clock p.m. and is at the Performing Arts Center. Tickets can be purchased online at tickets.lagunawoodsvillage.com.
Okay.
Or Performing Arts Center.
And what else do you have planned? Give me a quick highlight of other things you might have coming up for the rest of the year. What are some of the big events? I mean, Delphonics is probably going to be the highlight. Let's not lie about that. But what are the other things there? What can we look forward to from the Heritage Club?
Actually, next month is actually Black History Month, so we will be doing some celebration around Black History Month. We will be attending the Orange County annual Black History Parade that's coming up in February.
Terrific. Always in Santa Ana every year. It's a great parade.
It's a wonderful parade, and our club has been participating since we've been in existence. So we will be doing that. And of course, our big event of the year is our Juneteenth celebration, which is coming up, which has just been blown out of the park the last couple of years. So we have that. And
what's that celebration include? What have you guys been doing with that?
Last year we did a New Orleans review, a Louisiana review, where we had the second line dance group come. We had singing and dancing. We had praise dancers. So it was an amazing event, absolutely amazing. Okay. And then in September, coming up, we have a tribute to Carlos Santana. Music tribute. One of our members is, we're going to actually one of the members of the Santana Band is going to be, former member of the Santana Band is going to be here in September.
Terrific.
Tony Lindsay, who sang
Fantastic.
with Carlos Santana.
And of course, Saturday, February 10th, we don't want to miss the Delphonics over at the Performing Arts Center. It's going to be a great show. Make sure you get those tickets. And I didn't ask you guys ahead of time to do this, but maybe as we leave, as we say goodbye, and I thank everybody for joining us, maybe a little "La La La" means I love you on the way out.
Well, really, you should never
Which one
do you should never do that because you want to make the audience come and see you.
Give us a little teaser, a little teaser as we leave.
But for you, we just give you one line. La 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 means. Can you sing it?
No. I can hum it.
So I want to say one more thing to
Okay, one more thing.
to the ladies, the single ladies, the couples you guys are taking care of. We're going to empower your lives. But the single women, you come to this show. I promise you, you will not feel single on this show because we're going to make you our dates for the evening.
You will be included and embraced in a good way.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
And
Delphonics.
I just want to say, this coming Saturday is our monthly African American Heritage Club meeting. And so we will continue our honoring Dr. Martin Luther King, where we are collecting socks and blankets and other warmth items that we donate to the homeless.
Fantastic. It's a great way to close out the program. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.